Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Liam Douglas here, and in this video I'm doing an unboxing review of the Halumin H18 light modifier. But before we get into this, I wanted to remind you to check out the Liam Photography podcast. You can find it anywhere that podcasts are found, and I have a massive back catalog of 253 episodes that you can go back and listen to at your leisure. Also, please remember to subscribe to the channel and turn on all notifications and get your entry in for my 10,000 subscriber giveaway, where you have a chance to win a brand new Viltrox AF 75mm f1.2 Pro lens for the Fujifilm X mount, which is a $550 value. All right, so let's get into this. So the Halumin is a new type of light modifier that was recently developed by a professional commercial photographer, does a lot of product photography and stuff like that. And I think it's a really cool design. I'll put the website and the name of the gentleman that owns the company in the description down below. But let's go ahead and pull this out of the bag and get it assembled and see what kind of sample images we can capture with this really cool new light modifier. Now in this portion of the video, I show you how easy it is to set up the Halumin. You just unzip the bag and you pull the light modifier out, pull it out of its plastic bag, and you just snap it open like you would any standard photography reflector. It works pretty much the same way as far as that goes. Now around the sides are some patches that are attached to the Halumin H18 on one side, and then they're loose on the other side. And what you do is you bend them just a little bit to make a bit of an arch, and you tuck the ends into the outer rings of the Halumin so that it creates its open structure and holds it in that open position. Now what you do is on each side there's an opening where you can attach your light. Now in my case I was using speed lights, and that does come with straps that are similar to the ones attached to the sides, but these straps have a buckle adjustable strap on them that allows you to attach your speed light, and then you tuck the speed light into the opening and it's held in place with the same kind of flexible panel. That's what the speed light is attached to, a flexible panel that goes into the edges of the outer rings, just like the original panels I showed you a moment ago that help it hold its structure. Now, once you do that, it has a flap that you fold down that velcros over the speed light so that you don't have any loss of light when you're doing your photography. And you can see here I'm doing some test shots using the Halumin. It's a really great product. I think it's fantastic. I think it makes it extremely easy to do product and food style photography, and everything's in this nice little self-contained light modifier. Now, the Halumin is an invention, a creation of Jeremy McGraw. He is a professional product photographer with 20 years of experience, and this is his brainchild. This is his baby. He is the one that actually created this light modifier, and it does truly make it super easy to do product or food photography. Now, in case you are wondering, the reason why the reason why this model is called the H18 is because the center diameter, the portion of it where you place your item inside that you want to photograph, is 18 inches in diameter. Now, I do believe he does offer them in other sizes as well. I think 18 might be the smallest size, and then he might offer them in bigger sizes. I would have to double check that. Just because I'm not absolutely certain, but I remember reading about that on the website, so I'm fairly sure he does have larger diameter versions as well. Now, the really cool thing about this is you can use one speed light or two speed lights depending on your situation. I do later add a second one to the other side just to get a little bit better light, because I was shooting on my front deck in broad daylight, so I'm trying to counter
the natural sunlight on this bright sunny day, so I decided to use a second speed light. Now, there is also an adapter kit you can get that he sells on the website. It's $269 that gives you the plates to go into those openings in the side and give you a Bowens mount so you can mount your mono lights or continuous LED lights if you have those that work with the Bowens mount system. He does have those plates available as well. They do attach to the Halumin in the same ports in the side where I currently have my speed lights inserted, so it would work the exact same way. And then once the metal plate is in place, of course, that totally seals the opening so that you don't suffer any light loss as you're doing your food or product photography, making your life really, really easy and simple.
Okay, now as you saw from the video where I was actually taking the Halumin out of its case and setting it up, it is very easy to set up. It works very similar to any kind of reflector that is common for photography. Use the same techniques for bending it and twisting it to fold it back up and get it back in its bag. And the little pieces that help it hold its shape work really well. They're very strong and bendy, and you just hook it under the edges of the ribs that run around the edge on both sides, top and bottom, whatever you want to call it, and they do a fantastic job of locking everything into place and helping it maintain its shape. Now, I did my sample photos using a pair of Godox V860 speed lights. I have the Mark II and the Mark III, both for the Fujifilm cameras. And I used my Godox trigger mounted on top of one of my XT4s. But there are various combination bundles that you can get for this product. This one is called the Halumin H18 because it's an 18-inch diameter, just to let you know. So he does offer them in different sizes. You can get all the information from the website, of course. But you can also use these with your standard continuous lights, whether they're regular continuous lights or LED continuous lights. He does have these Bowens mount adapters that you can get as part of one of the bundles that you would put on the two sides in place of where you would normally put the speed lights, and allow you to attach your LED continuous lights to those exact same ports. And then, of course, the cool thing about that is you could set everything up on a pair of light stands and have everything suspended. Now, I didn't have that kind of setup handy here. I do have the light stands, but the one thing I didn't have was a platform to hold the product in the center of the Halumin when I had it. You know, if I had it standing upright like this, you kind of need a tripod with like a boom arm and a clamp, which I do have clamps, and maybe a lightweight but fairly strong metal plate or something that's black in color that you could set your product on, and then you could slide it right into the center of this modifier and get your lighting absolutely perfect. Now, as he mentions in his instructional videos on his YouTube channel, you can get different types of lighting with this. You can get soft light by moving the product back to the back side of the ring. You can get the harder light by moving it more to the center, forward within the ring, within the confines. You can get harder light. And then if you move it more to the front side, you can get a really cool ring light effect. Now, this is an absolutely, in my opinion, fantastic product. Very well made. I could easily see this lasting for many, many years. So if you're a product or a food photographer, like my friend Susie Pratt is, Gemini Connect, I could highly recommend this awesome light modifier. And as I said, he does have different bundles and different sizes of these that you can purchase depending on what your actual needs are. All right, that is going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch this video. Please remember once again to subscribe to the channel, turn on all notifications, and enter my 10,000 subscriber giveaway. And I will see you all in the next video.